The world is watching this morning as voters in the United Kingdom decide whether Britain will leave the European Union. Here's a look at the early turnout at polling stations. The New York Times says more than 46 million people are registered to vote. Recent polls show a neck-and-neck battle.
Britain's potential departure is known as Brexit. If the UK leaves the 28-nation partnership, the shockwaves could rattle the global economy. CBS News financial contributor Mellody Hobson is at the table. Mellody, good morning.
Good morning.
We're going to talk about how this could affect our mortgage rates and other things here at home. But first, what are your sources telling you about how this vote may go?
Very close. It looks like it's going to be very close. On the one hand, it looks like it will come through, that they will remain. The market seems to be signaling that as of Monday. It seems to start to breathe a sigh of relief. You also see the bookmakers saying the odds are with staying, and the polls are saying stay. However, some question the polls because they over-index for the cities, which are more likely to be in favor of staying. And people are worried about the generational divide. The young people are in favor of staying. Older people are in favor of leaving. Older people are the votes you can count on.
Yes.
What's the impact of the death and the murder of the member of parliament?
Some feel that that's really helped those who want to stay, that it's come across as being very extreme. And as a result of that, it's turned some people saying, I don't want to be associated with this person and this horrible, horrible outcome in terms of this death of this MP. So in some ways, it did help those who want to stay, as horrible as that is to say.
And this vote has great implications for what happens in this country as well.
Implications for the globe. The UK is small but mighty, 65 million people, second largest economy in Europe. There's never been a country to go out. And so this makes a big statement about free trade. It makes a big statement about how people feel about open borders. And as a result of that, we'll see repercussions in the market for sure. If this vote goes the wrong way, hold on to your seat tomorrow and for the coming days. There also is a sense it could be the first domino to fall. And so other countries that are feeling a little antsy might say, we're out too. And it really would start a very bad situation. We're already looking at slow growth in Europe, and this could slow it down even further.
So we want them to stay.
We want them to stay. America wants them to stay. Yes, the investment community in the U.S. wants them to stay. Fingers crossed.
Mark Phillips said this vote is being as much driven by fear as economic concerns. Explain
Eerily resonates with some of the things that Donald Trump is saying. Just now, America first, make America great. It's about this idea of terrorism, so the fear around my personal security, my financial security. Are these immigrants taking my job?
Because a lot of Syrian immigrants are
free trade, but also they call them economic migrants, not just Syrian immigrants, people who are coming to Europe for a better life. The issues around free trade, nationalism, anti-government vote as well. There's a lot that resonates.
And it will have political repercussions in Great Britain in terms of the future of
especially if Cameron. If Cameron loses this vote, he called for this referendum, he loses his job. Everyone has said it.
The interesting thing that the president was there this summer, saw the Queen, saw the Prime Minister, and got involved in this and said, in fact, if in fact they leave, said, I'm not giving advice, but if in fact you leave, you're going to have to go to the end of the queue in terms of relationships with the United States on trading and economic matters.
I also think it's going to affect their relationships with the EU. Even if they stay, this is bad versus very bad. Bad because they've already signaled we may want out. So you don't get welcomed back to the table enthusiastically when you've sort of had one foot out the door. So that's going to be hard to repair over time.
Well, in Mark's piece, he said the bookies are predicting as close as it is that they will vote to stay.
They will remain.
Now, here's the only question.
Yes.
If they vote to stay, could they vote again later if this vote is really close? It may not be one and done.
Vote down
the road. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, Mellody. We will be watching. Thanks a lot.